Today we are going to discuss various tourism systems and models. The major tourism systems and models are, Leiper's Geo-spatial model, Mill-Morrison's the tourism system, Mathieson and Wall's model, Butler's tourism area life cycle, Doxey's Irridex index, demonstration effect, Crompton's push and pull theory, Stanley Plog's model and Gunn's model. Leiper's geospatial model is based on systems approach. Neil Leiper suggested a model in 1979, later updated in 1990, which have three elements: the human element, the geographical element and the industrial element. The human element means tourists or travelers. The geographical element includes traveler generating region, tourist destination region, and transit route region. The industrial element indicates the tourism industry. The geographical element. First one, traveler generating region. This is the source region of the tourist and the place where the journey begins and ends. 2. Transit route region. This is the region which links traveler generating region and tourist destination region. 3. Tourist destination region. These are the locations which attracts tourists to stay temporarily and experience tourism products and services. Mill-Morrison's the tourism system. Developed in 1985, a commercially oriented system, consists of 4 parts. In this model, they observed that the development of a marketing plan, the selection of an appropriate marketing mix, and the choice of a distribution channel that will bring success or failure for the destination's attempt to encourage tourists to travel. The 4 parts are: market, highlights the decision of the individual to travel and or become a tourist. Travel, describes and analyzes the where, when, and how of the individual tourist's travel behavior. Destination, consists of the study of the destination mix, that is the attractions and services that are used by the tourist. Marketing, highlights the importance of marketing in encouraging people to travel. Mathieson and Wall's model. Mathieson and Wall in 1982 suggested a linear 5-stage model of travel buying behavior. 1. Felt need or travel desire. 2. Information collection and evaluation of destination image. 3. Travel decision, choice between different alternatives. 4. Travel preparation and the travel experiences. 5. Travel satisfaction outcome and its evaluation. Butler's tourism area life cycle. Butler publishes in 1980 a model of evolution of tourist destinations known as TALC, tourism area life cycle, which stipulates that a site exploited for tourism and leisure knows 6 phases in its evolution. 1. Exploration. 2. Involvement. 3. Development. 4. Consolidation. 5. Stagnation. 6. Decline or rejuvenation. Exploration phase. A small numbers of tourists. Only primary tourist attractions in the location. No secondary tourism attractions. Tourism has no economic or social significance to local residents. Involvement phase. Local residents become involved in tourism. Emergence of secondary tourism facilities such as guest houses etc. A tourism season may develop. Pressure on governments to improve transportation and other facilities. Development phase. High numbers of tourists that may exceed the local population during peak periods. Heavy advertising and well-defined tourist market. Local involvement and control of tourism declines rapidly. Increase in external organizations' participations. Local people experience physical changes to the area. Consolidation phase. Tourism growth slows but the numbers of tourists exceeds the local population. The area's economy is tied to tourism. Marketing and advertising will be wide-reaching. Major franchises and tourism chains will be represented. Tourism arouses opposition and discontent from some local people. Stagnation phase. Visitor numbers have reached their peak. Carrying capacity has been reached or exceeded. Tourism causes environmental, social, and economic problems. Artificial tourism attractions now supersede the original primary attractions. Consolidation phase. A. Decline scenario. Unable to compete with newer tourism attractions. Tourism facilities replaced by non-tourism activities. Ultimately, the area may become a tourism slum or drop out of the tourism market completely. B. Rejuvenation scenario. Requires a major change in tourism attractions. Previously untapped tourism resources may be found and further develop new tourism niches to ensure growth. Doxey's Irridex theory. Doxey's Irridex model, 1975, suggests that communities pass through a sequence of reactions as the impacts of an evolving tourism industry in their area become more pronounced and their perceptions change with experience. In simple, as the number of visitors increases at a given destination, residents pass through a sequence of emotions and reactions. It can be different levels of positive and negative feelings. Doxey explained 4 stages: euphoria, apathy, annoyance/irritation, and antagonism. Euphoria, a stage of exploration and involvement. Visitors are welcome and there is little tourism planning. Apathy, stage of development. Visitors are taken for granted and contact becomes more formal. Annoyance or irritation, stage of consolidation. Tourism saturation is approached, and the local people have misgivings and doubts on tourism activities. Planners who attempt to control through increasing infrastructure rather than limiting growth. Antagonism, the stage of stagnation. An open expression of irritation. And planning is remedial, yet promotion is increased to offset the deteriorating reputation of the tourism destination. Demonstration effect. Demonstration effects are the effects on the behavior of individuals, caused by observation of the actions of others and their consequences. It is commonly observed as a natural consequence of tourism in many cases. It is the tendency of the local people to imitate the lifestyle and culture of the tourists, like eating habits, dressing style, behavior, etc. It can be broken down into 4 forms. Exact imitation. Deliberately inexact imitation. Accidental inexact imitation. And social learning. Crompton's push and pull theory. Crompton explained push and pull factors in 1979. It have been widely accepted to explain tourist behavior and travel motivations. Push factors are defined as internal motives or forces that cause tourists to seek activities to reduce their needs. Pull factors are defined as destination-generated forces and the knowledge that tourists hold about a destination. Disposable income, stress, or monotony and pleasure are the major push factors. 3a. Attraction, accessibilities, and amenities are the primary pull factor. According to this theory, there are 7 socio-psychological motives. 1. Escape from a perceived mundane environment. 2. Exploration and evaluation of self. 3. Relaxation. 4. Prestige. 5. Regression. 6. Enhancement of kinship relationships. 7. Facilitation of social interaction and to cultural motives like novelty and education. Stanley Plog's model. It is an approach to understand tourist behavior, to identify different types of people, whereupon they can be categorized into a series of organized psychographic types. Plog developed this model on 1967. Later updated in 1974 and categorized into 5 segments started from allocentric, near-allocentric, mid-centric, near-psychocentric and psychocentric. Allocentric are the wanderers, who want to see and do new things, and to explore the world. Psychocentric are the repeater, who are self-inhibited, nervous, and non-adventuresome. Prefer the familiar in vacation travel destinations. Midcentric is a combination of both. This classification of tourists covers the ones who swing between the above 2 types. Gunn's model. Developed on 1979, it is a systems models which emphasize the supply and demand dimensions of tourism. Same time focus on the importance of the tourist experience. Gunn's framework of tourism implies that there are two main categories that comprise the main industry, the demand component and the supply component. The demand component is concerned with the travelers or tourists or visitor who would want to experience or utilize the output of the tourism industry. The supply side is composed of several components that include attractions, transportation, services, information, and promotion.